So yes, welcome Monica for this meeting, and I think this is the second superwoman whom I'll be interviewing. I think women are more forthright in coming for this interviews. I'm really happy in a way because I also feel every woman in our group has a big story to tell, and it's really big inspiration. You know, and I know your story quite a bit, but I think we will get there later. Okay, so uh, Monica, why don't you just introduce yourself a little bit about your background, where you're born, your schooling, your educational background, what you're doing currently. If you can just cover it now.
Hi. Uh, as Sir said, I'm a superwoman. So I believe I'm a superwoman, and that's what makes me super.
Of course.
Because believing is achieving. So, anyways, I'm born in Ulhasnagar. Here in Pune since I was, I think, 2 years old, and so basically brought up in Pune. And schooling, college, everything in Pune. From St. Mira's, did my 10th. I did my 12th from Apte externally and my diploma in interiors, and then started working. Um, Always a dancer, born dancer, you can say. Passionately just a dancer. But yes, everything I do is with a lot of passion. Um, um, I have been into painting and skating and lot of extracurricular activities. पढ़ाई के अलावा, and a lot of karate when I was young. Um, Never got a chance to actually engage myself into any sport really, because I was always a dancer. So performed with Pune Festival. I had my own troupe. We used to travel to Bombay, Hyderabad. We've done a lot of shows. So basically, just a dancer. And then when I got into interiors, I got into it so deep that I was just doing interiors and थोड़ा hobby पीछे रह गया. But yes, it's in me. And then always a very sportive person. So every time I got a chance to participate in a run or maybe skating competitions or anything, I used to participate. So overall, everything. But then when a friend did Ironman, he his achievement quite inspired me, and so then I kind of got in touch with Sir, that is Sunil Sir. And then, yeah, my journey is just about a year and a half old since then.
Okay, so I think let's rewind a little more back. You said you were into skating, karate, dancing. I mean, that itself is a huge sport, right? So, one question, is skating there in Olympics?
Ooh, I think now it must be. But ice skating is, I don't know about the regular skating stuff.
Okay, so now you have to decide whether you win this point or not. And you also said you had a dance troupe, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of your dance troupe?
Since we started very young, we used to call it the Naughty Kids Club. Like my mom started the thing. And then we had the seniors also coming in by the same name. So we had a troupe. So then we kind of wanted to change it to Monica and Anjali's troupe. That is my sister and myself. But then we continued with Naughty Kids Club only. For very long. In fact, till almost I was 23 years of my age, I think I used to call my club Naughty Kids Club.
Oh, okay. So, how many members did you have in your club?
Oh, plenty. So every age group had, say, about, we started at the age of 4, in the sense the age group we were training were about 4 and beyond. So I think the younger section, almost about 10 to 12 kids, and then the teens were about, again, 8 to 7, and then beyond 18, I had about 12 to 15 members.
Okay. So, do you know any uh, two or three members of your troupe who have gone out and become choreographers?
Choreographers, yes. Okay. One is Seema. a very good dancer and a choreographer. The other one is uh, her name was Dipali or something. I don't remember her name. She was a Bharatnatyam dancer, a very good one, but I don't remember her name. So choreographer, I just know of Seema. And yeah, and yeah, Neetu, sorry, Neetu Duseja. Yes, yes,
Okay,
Neetu Duseja.
so why didn't you take up choreography as a profession?
I did, but then when there was a time when I had to choose between choreographing and interior designing, and somehow I I got into dancing at a very early age. I was teaching when I was in probably eighth or ninth standard, and so
Oh,
since then, yeah, so I kind of saturated by the age of 23. Honestly, I thought I wasn't moving ahead, or maybe although I had five branches in Pune, but then I just thought I'm just dancing. I'm not really doing much. So then I wanted to kind of put my hands into interiors, and so that's how it happened. So then dancing the backseat Leah and then designing kind of, and then both the fields are so vast that at a point I had to decide on specializing in one. So then I choose designing.
and what about karate? What belt do you have?
Oh, I think I just did up to green belt or something. Not, but yeah, I mean, getting belts that time was not so easy. हम लोग दो साल तक रगड़ते रहते थे, and then, but I had won a state level championship, but not one in the sense silver medal in state level championship in karate. So I think I did it till I was in 10th or 11th maybe. Then that's it. वो भी बंद हो गया.
Acha, so is karate in Olympics?
Yeah, karate is in Olympics.
Wrong. Karate is not there in Olympics.
It is.
No, just check it out. It's not there in
I
Olympics. The reason why it's not there, I think it's
of
because
course
it
it is.
is
Because okay, sorry. Go ahead.
no, because I think it is it's a very lethal sport, and I think that's the reason they have put. I think another one that is there. I don't know if
Oh.
taekwondo or something is there, but the karate is not officially
Yeah.
in.
So karate, taekwondo, everything is the same, right?
No.
No.
Now, if you
Sir,
say
I think
dosa and
they
masala dosa are the same, then you could
all
argue that,
right.
but still they are different sports.
All right. Okay.
Good. So, which school did you study?
I'm from St. Mira's.
Oh,
Well,
St.
I studied from three schools. So I named one was U McKinley Memorial High School when I was a junior, and then I think it was Hutchins High School, and then it was St. Mira's.
Okay, so St. Mira's. Do you know
Yep.
JP Vaswani's
Yes.
birthday?
Dada JP's Vaswani's birthday is 25th of November.
Okay, and what it is called?
Meatless Day.
Okay, do you know the anthem of Mira school?
Anthem. Uh, no,
It's a
sir.
pretty
We
famous.
had.
It's a pretty famous anthem. All birds, bright and wonderful, the good Lord made them all. Is it?
No, sir.
All things bright and wonderful.
That wasn't our anthem.
But I think it is one of the songs in Mira school, right?
It was a song, one of our
I
assembly,
need to check
but I
because
don't think it was our anthem, sir.
I mean, Seema studied in St. Mira's school,
Ah.
and my sister also studied in St. Mira's school. Uh,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
What
so
year did they pass out?
I know a lot of things about St. Mira's school.
Fine.
Cool, cool, good. So now coming back to your you know career as an
Hmm.
architect, right?
Hmm.
So you started your own company and own business. At what age did you start?
Well, I passed out in 96. I was 16 then, and then 2 years of college, 18. So 19, I started working with an architect as an intern. And by the age of 23, I uh, kind of started freelancing. And then I bought everything in, I mean, I bought a place in the sense just leased out, uh, um, leased in a place I think when I was 25 or something, 24 or 25. Yeah,
Wow, wow. So you started pretty young.
very early. I mean, I had to call myself unpad because I did nothing besides interiors. I mean, honestly, who does only 12th and then interiors and then the kaam karo?
Wow, but that really requires a lot of confidence and determination, right? It's not an easy
No,
job because you
yeah,
need to interact with a lot of people, right? From the band of people, right? From workers to the
yeah,
people who own the, and of course each role has its own challenges, right?
yeah, yes.
How did you deal with them? And of course, I think you must have faced a lot of challenges along the way.
Oh, plentiful. I
So
mean, every field has their own challenges.
can you recollect one challenge that you stinked at or you overcame?
Um, Okay, so when I first started, I kind of looked pretty young when I started. I mean, of course, looked younger in the sense of the appearance. So uh, it was very difficult for me to kind of gain confidence of the contractors. Getting work was still okay because पहले मिलता था एक kitchen unit कर दो, एक TV unit कर दो, and then job देख के people kind of, and then so many with a good family here. I started with doing little things for my family members. So the challenge was to kind of appear very strong and very, your job. You can't just get, you just can't mess up with your detailing here. Everything is so important, so crucial कि अगर if you show that ये detail मुझे समझ रहा नहीं है, then you're jacked. Like carpenters के सामने भी, contractors के सामने भी, you should know your work. So trying to prove, every time I had to try to prove that, boss, I know this detail, you just better do what I know. I mean, what I've told you to or what I've asked you to, and फिर उनको कराना to believe that I can, the detail I've given is right. वो कराना was always challenging.
Okay, so do you know your first customer name?
Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Ah, I can't tell you who's first. No, no.
And do you know the
I mean, I can
amount you
name
got?
anybody, but it won't be.
What is the first check that you got in your hand? The amount that made you excited and say, "Mama, this is my hard-earned money."
I got 1,250 rupees.
For what work?
I used to, I told you I started as a stipend in an architect's office. So, doing the little knickknacks, printing for them and understanding the drawings and um, uh, naming them correctly, preparing an index, those chiller pillar works. So, uske liye I got that much. So, yeah.
And what about when you became independent? And when you went out for the first time out in the world at age of 23, and you said, "Now I'm going to start my business," and the first check that you get,
Okay, so that was, I think, 7,500.
wow,
I remember that really well because it was the first time I got a check. नहीं तो हमेशा मुझे कैश में पेमेंट्स मिलती थी एंड मतलब या तो लिफाफे में 1250 मिलता था हमेशा या 5,000 या ऐसे कुछ अमाउंट्स मिलते थे बट 7,500 was something that I got beyond 5,000. I was so excited. I bought my mom a sari. I bought my dad a shirt. I remember उसमें 5,000 तो ऐसे ही खर्चे हो गए.
good, good. I think that's a very different feeling, right? When you want for the first avenue. earn and you get something for your parents. Did we lose you?
Are you there?
Yeah. I think we lost you a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's a different feeling when you buy something for your parents for the first
Oh
time.
yeah. Oh yes, totally.
Cool.
And then
So, yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
No, then I started collecting money because I always wanted to buy myself a bike. So the first time I bought myself something was a motorbike. So that was the first time I bought myself something. Really, Nato, it was never spending on myself. It was and then thoda jama karke, my first bike was an Avenger.
Wow, so you're
Not
a
an
biker
Avenger,
too.
Enticer, sorry.
Good. So you're a biker too. So where did you go on
Oh,
the bike?
from the bike shop to my house.
No, but after that you didn't go on any trips.
No, I did. We used to take my bike to Khadakwasla. I've taken it to Mahabaleshwar. But the first trip, of course, was to Khadakwasla.
Okay, with your boyfriend, and now
No, with my friends.
okay with your friends. Okay. So what is the longest trip?
I used to keep myself away from boys. Biggest distraction to achieve anything.
Yeah, of course. Same thing with girls too.
Yeah, right.
So what's the longest trip you've done on the bike?
Oh, Mahabaleshwar.
Bus.
Longest. Yeah, bus.
I thought you must have taken to Leh, Ladakh, and all that
I
stuff.
want to. That's my dream. I will.
Yeah, I think you should go for a bike trip to
Totally. I
Leh,
will.
Ladakh because I've heard it's pretty good, awesome there.
Yeah,
But
yes.
now we don't know when things will open up.
Very soon. They will. Sometime. They will.
I hope so. Yeah. So
Yeah.
cool. Now coming back to your, when did this bug of triathlon and this bite you? And you said that you want to do half Ironman.
Okay,
And
this
did you
was
do any running before that, or any cycling or swimming before that, or you just said, okay, I want to do half Ironman or whatever, and I just jump into it.
so I was always into trekking and stuff. Never thought of running at all. And then I got in touch with Nikhil. I was designing the resort Atmantan when I saw he was doing marathons and stuff. So that kind of encouraged me to participate. I did a 5 kilometer, then a 10 kilometer, and then he said he never said anything, but since I was seeing what he was doing, I kind of thought to try my hands on it. So he invited me to do rugged year, participate then, but we didn't get a third partner, इसलिए we dropped it. And then when he did Ironman, I thought of doing the next with him. But then I had conceived that year, and so then I could not. So after he did, I mean, every year he did an Ironman, and मैं सोचती थी यार मैं कब करूँगी. And then I think his medals are what attracted me. Honestly, I really, whenever I used to look at his medal, मुझे ऐसा लगता था ये मेरे हाथ में होना चाहिए. It is something to achieve, man. It is like, oh my god. So the medals are what kind of attracted me, and yeah, and then मुझे मालूम नहीं था ऐसे medals भी होते हैं. मतलब, I was like, oh my god. You know? So and then I decided कि यार कुछ भी हो जाए, एक medal तो अपना होना ही चाहिए इतना. तो फिर चालू कर दिया.
So, okay, now since you've talked about Nikhil, what Ironmans has he done?
Are you serious?
See,
Okay, let me try.
he's an inspiration for you, right? So you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
know about his Ironman history.
Yes. So he's done his New Zealand. He's done his Copenhagen. He's done his mm, Zurich. He's done his Zurich, and he's done one more. He's done Basel.
Acha, what is his best timing?
Okay, his half was 6:59 or 6:58.
Hmm?
First half, and then I think 15 hours and something is his best timing. 15 hours and something. 15 hours and 20 or 25 minutes something.
ये
I'm
अगर
not
कम रहेगा ना तो वो तेरे को पकड़ के बहुत मारेगा, बोलेगा तूने मेरा पूरा इंटरव्यू में धज्जियां उड़ा दिया. So your daughter has come there at the back. Hello.
अंदर तो correct.
Hello.
Say hi. Hi.
How are you?
Hi. She's coming. Hi. How
You
are
have
you?
a very beautiful hairstyle.
Thank
Who made
you.
that for you?
Mama.
Mama made.
Rose new, sir. You should look at what I've done. Crisp, sauce, and then a flat.
Good. So how are you spending your time, beta?
Nice. How are you spending? What are you doing?
What are you doing whole day? Troubling mama or papa
Mama,
or grandma?
Papa, and Grandma.
Good, good, good. Did you have your lunch?
Yes.
Cool, very nice. Sit, sit, sit. So we'll be talking to your mama, okay?
Okay.
And I'll be asking her questions. If she doesn't know the answer, you should answer then.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask you one question. Let me see if you know that. What was mummy's timing in half Ironman?
I don't know.
See, now you lost. Mama lost points.
7 hours and 53 minutes.
Wow, very nice. And you know how much time she took for the swim or the swim?
You know, sir, it was such a joke. My Connecticut swim. I finished in 21 or 22 minutes. So Nikhil and Parikshit in conversation. यार कोई चैंपियन भी इतनी जल्दी फिनिश नहीं करते ये क्या कर रही है my swim distance had been deducted from something I think half the distance we swam.
800 meters or something it was. I think.
Yes, yes. So we were like, अरे यार ये क्या चल रहा है वो क्या रिकॉर्ड तो तोड़ने वाली है क्या because they didn't know कि cut हो गया है swim time इसलिए.
No, I still remember when you had got in touch with me for the first time and I asked you, have you done any half marathon? You said no. Have you done anything? No. And you said, I want to do half Ironman in 6 months. I was like, okay. And I was a bit surprised when I said, okay, let's see how you do it. But I think from initially itself, I could make out that you were mentally very strong. And yeah, and when I think the day before you were supposed to race, I had gone to Vishi's place, and there Vishi, Rohan, everybody was predicting that you would not finish the race.
I remember Vishi calling me and telling me, बहन तूने क्या सोच के ये वाला Ironman choose किया है? मतलब have you studied the route? Have you seen the elevation you have in your cycle route? I mean, no one will. I mean, you will not be able to finish it. अभी भी chance है तो change कर ले. I was like, Vishi, छोड़ यार अब हो गया. That's the closest to the place I'm going to, so I'm just doing it. Forget it.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people who ask me, how did you recommend Monica, that race? I said, see, no race is going to be easy or difficult,
Yeah.
You cannot define a race as easy or difficult. It all depends on your mental ability at the end of it,
Yeah.
And I told them that, Monica is mentally very strong. And I've given a prediction that she's going to.
I remember your prediction 8 hours 25 minutes. I was like, चल ठीक है यार 5 मिनट तो मिले. We're out.
But I think that was a very good race. I think that actually gave you a lot of confidence, right?
It did. In fact, that's the reason the Goa Ironman seemed very easy for me. I mean, mentally also, with all the physical issues I was facing, I still thought I could complete it because of the confidence I got from the Connecticut race.
Yeah, of course. I think in the camp you didn't do a single swim before the.
Yeah, I
the
mean, I just did one, and वो भी बारिश आ गई, so वो swim नहीं था. So I
yeah,
didn't. I mean, I couldn't swim. Yeah, before the race.
yeah, and actually, I think the best part of the race, if I would remember, was you giving Sudhir the company, right?
So oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think that was a good sportsman spirit, I would say, or
I want
something.
to talk about this, sir. You remember? I think Rohan and you both were encouraging us to kind of run with partners,
Mm.
and we were doing that. Me and Sudhir were practicing quite a lot before the race. So in the sense, we were running together and doing our workouts together. And I so always wanted him to be my partner for the race also, because now we knew we kind of could push each other. You know, we knew everything about the timing and our each other's pace and everything. But I didn't have the courage to tell him because I thought I would slow him down. So I didn't want him to be my partner. I thought कि नहीं बाबा उसको जाने दो. He will be much faster than my timing, my pace. So I never had the courage. And and before the race day, I had asked you, मेरा sir cycle का timing पता नहीं कैसे होगा. So you said, Monica, forget about your timing. Just concentrate on finishing. I was like, ठीक है चल भाई finish करना ही है. Finish तो होएगा ही. And then when I realized that Sudhir, and he came running पीछे से and he's calling me, Monica, Monica, मेरे साथ थोड़ा भागेगी please. Then I saw he was limping and I was like, क्या हुआ? He said, नहीं accident. And then he told me that he met with an accident during his bike leg. And then I was like, boss, अब इसके साथ भागना है और इसको भगाना है. इसको finish कराना है. And then I realized it's so important to have a partner. And then see, I wanted him to be my partner, and this time he was pushing. I was pushing him and not him. Whatever, but we were partners, and I just so wanted him to finish the race. And because he was just walking, and मेरे को लगा अगर ये चलेगा तो शायद ये 8 घंटे में finish नहीं कर पाएगा. So I
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
wanted.
I think it is an incredible thing, and the way you've come out of all the physical challenges that you've got, and it's an incredible thing. It takes a lot of grit and courage. Uh, I know anybody else in your place would have definitely quit, and that's why I said you're mentally very strong. Yeah, I remember, I think it was the Zurich, we were celebrating, I think, our Zurich Ironman,
Yeah, yeah,
and you had asked me a question. You know the question, and you cried.
yeah.
What was the question?
Will I be able to bounce back? Because I think I was almost, uh, I had slowed down and I don't remember exactly, but ऐसे ही कुछ था कि I was so nervous that my physical state, my health wouldn't let me race again. And if I went through the operation, I wouldn't be able to bounce back early. So
Yeah, so
I had to start from the scratch at
no, I'll
23.
tell you the question you had asked. You had asked, will I be able to do better than Connecticut? If
Okay,
not,
oh yeah, oh
I just
that.
want to,
Oh
I just
yeah.
want to do it. I don't want this. तो फायदा क्या है? Do you know that?
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah, yes. But then, sir, only because you said na timing ki chinta mat karo. I said, yeah, timing ko kya karna hai? Time kya tel lene. Let's finish it and let my partner finish it.
yeah.
So
See, every opportunity that you get to be at the start line is a blessing. I always take it that way.
yeah,
Timing is always secondary.
yeah,
I've realized this that there are many people who do not make to the start line itself, and
yeah,
just being there itself is that a blessing in disguise. Because you are able to do it and stand there itself is something which is great.
yeah,
So yeah, and that's what I wanted to tell you also and everybody that timing is not important. It's always a secondary issue. You
yeah,
have to make sure that you work in the process, be in the present. If you
yeah,
think far too ahead, then you might not get the results that you want to, right?
yeah.
So, I'm happy that you did that and you listened to me, and I think it's a great achievement for you, right? You've done
Yes.
half Ironmans, and
Yeah.
definitely you are on course to do full. And I'll tell you one more thing. There are many athletes who still are not on cleats, and I always give your example. And one more girl called Nilima. Both of you, when I told you all to go on cleats, you're immediately just hooked onto it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Muska. But it's been very difficult for me to convince a lot of women athletes to go on cleats. You know, so one question which I would want you to answer, and so that those women who want to get on cleats who are not able to do because of some fear that they might fall, they might injure themselves. How did you approach going on cleats in the bike?
I always thought fears were assumptions. So I always wanted to experience what it is to really fall wearing a cleat. Or you can say, I more than experience falling, it is to experience whether what they say is really right and I can prove them wrong. Is always my approach. I mean, ठीक है सब गिरते हैं तो मैं भी गिर जाऊंगी is one thing. The second thing is जरूरी है क्या सब गिरते हैं तो मैं भी गिरूं. You know, I can be better or I can be good. I can just be. So it's always that. So these are the two things that hit my mind. I don't know, somehow I never get scared of anything because I really feel fear is an assumption and I don't want to assume things. I just want to experience them to kind of beat it wrong.
That's nice. But how will you advise people who want to get onto cleats, specifically women athletes who really want to take that first step and um, I mean, I as a coach, I still find it very tough. So I always tell people to contact you or Nilima, so that you can advise them as to how to go about it.
In fact, what I feel is I started with cleat because when I bought my cycle and I remember you said, why don't you try cleats? And I was like, okay. Yeah, I immediately bought cleats and I bought my pedals. And after starting with cleats, I realized that cleats is much easier, much smoother. And because of your grip on the cleat, I think you are much faster. So I would really suggest ki, um, if you want to make it much more easier for you, then I think cleats is the best thing. And try with one cleat at a time. No, you don't have to really pedal with both the cleats. Although I started with both the cleats, but girls, I mean, whoever is really scared can try with one cleat at a time and then probably get on to the other, as in how you get used to it. Because um, and then of course once you practice at home, cleating and uncleating, I think it's just here. You have to be really alert and you can uncleat on time. So it's not at all difficult. Rather, it's much easier to cycle with cleats rather than to not cycle with cleats or to cycle without them.
Okay, so one question: what does your coach get scared about you the most?
Me? Okay. Well, I think that you think that that I am मैं जोश में होश खो जाती हूँ. So I just get so charged up, and that's what you're scared of. That I don't. I start too fast, or maybe I overestimate for myself, or yeah, I think I overestimate for myself.
See,
I
all that is
overestimate.
fine. Everything is fine, Monica. The only thing that I get scared about you is your driving skills.
Oh, please. Oh, please. That morning, sir, please. I was really wanting to reach there, and then we were talking, and so I just skipped a couple of. But that was too early to even think of rules.
No, but that's not the first time. Remember, every time when we want, I said, okay, let's drink tea. You say, "Arey, ye miss ho gaya," and then suddenly you are like, boom, 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 boom. You know, there have been a couple of instances there where I said, my God, I better wear a safety, seat belt.
Next time you come see, I'll drive like a snail only.
I remember you directly went under the of the bridge. I think that what is the tunnel? And I'm asking you, okay, this is one way, right? Yes, she said, yeah, the other way. I said, it's the one way. I said, what? I was like, shit scared. I was sweating.
Sorry, you'll have to excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, no issues.
Yes. It is. I saw it.
And I was sweating there. I was like, my God, I just want to reach the stadium somehow. God, please help me.
I must tell Seema ma'am. Seema ma'am, Sunil sir is a big fan of your driving. Every time I'm on the steering wheel, he's like, Seema ऐसे चलाती है, Seema वैसे चलाती है, Seema ऐसे करती है, Seema वैसे करती है.
Yeah, see, I trust my wife in her driving skills, because, I think she's a much better driver. She doesn't drive as fast as you. My God, you are like, you should be in Fast and Furious movie, man. But that's good. I mean, very few people have a very good control in their car vehicle. But that's nice. So, what are you doing in the lockdown period? How are you spending your time, your whole day? You still work or you?
Okay. So basically, lockdown, in fact, is not at all relaxing for me. Uh, I, yes, A, wanted to stick to my schedule. I was so scared कि यार अगर मैं रोज हॉलिडे होने लगा तो my schedule will go for a toss. But no, made sure I slept early and I made sure I started at 4:30 or 5 sometimes, depending on how I've slept. And so 5 I start, meditate, finish your virtual classes, do my exercise if I still have the energy to. Otherwise, I keep it for the evenings. And then because we don't have any help at home, cleaning and then helping my mom-in-law to cook and everything in the kitchen, and then lunch, cleaning the vessels again, and then 2 hours with Ivana, I make her do something. This lockdown, I've taught her cycling so she can cycle, and
Wow.
we both have learned Hanuman Chalisa, the whole Hanuman Chalisa, so we both know it very well. And then evening again, my workout, or I keep the 2 hours for my work because my drawings and everything have to be completed. Now, since Goa is on, my projects are, have started in Goa already, and I have to submit a couple of drawings. So good, I was, not really resting it out, and I was on time with my drawings and everything, so I don't have a lot of pile of work. So yeah, good.
Okay, so
Now,
I think I'll ask you a question. How many dohas are there in Hanuman Chalisa?
I didn't. Oh God, I have never counted the dohas because they will scare me कि यार इतने कैसे होंगे. So I never counted. I just pounced and I finished it.
Okay,
But
what is the last verse of Hanuman Chalisa?
Paman Tane, you want the last line or you want the last verse?
Last verse also will do. No,
जय
don't
जय
start. No,
साईं
no,
कृपा
no.
करो गुरुदेव की नाई. I'm just studied it. I just learned it. So wait, I have to start from somewhere to remember it. No, so it's Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Gurudev ki Nai. तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा हृदय में बसो something हृदय
Lost,
बसो
lost.
सुरभि. Lost
Okay,
completely.
cool, cool. So,
Yeah.
what are your future goals?
Uh, are you talking about sports?
Both
Then yes,
sports, career.
I had a full-fledged office when I conceived, and then I kind of started operating from home. So I always wanted to go back because I was at a scale where I was going to expand, and I already had about seven with me, a team of seven. We were, and then I think now, I mean, I have my team, Abibi, they are working on different projects, but coming together under one roof and working is something that I'm looking at. So yeah, setting up an office again sometime in the near future. Um, The next is Ironman, full Ironman. I planned a Copenhagen thing with you. The only thing that really surprises me is whether I'll be able to spend 6 hours of my time on the bike practicing. I'm talking about the practice also. I mean, 2 hours also gets on to me so much that मुझे पता नहीं मैं 6 hours तक कैसे पहुंचूंगी. But yeah, so slow and steady. I need to, yeah, get get it here.
I think you're mentally strong. I think you can do it. I don't see any issue of
Yeah,
you not doing it because a person like you is definitely capable of 6 hours on the bike is nothing. I would say, right?
thank you. Thank you.
So, what is your favorite workout now? In all these things that we've been doing here with the training plans and everything, what do you think is your favorite workout?
Okay, so at a stage, at some stage before uh, the virtual thing, I'd started enjoying the box jumps and cycling together. So I was cycling and then box jumping and cycling, and I found that quite challenging. And every time I tried to achieve more jumps than the previous set, and I was quite enjoying the combination. And now, since the lockdown, I think I'm enjoying my push-ups because मुझे push-ups नहीं आते थे and अभी आने लगे हैं and I've been able I mean I'm able to do a set of 10 with the break of 30 seconds and then finish it up to 30. The other day when you did 160 push-ups, I did 40 and I
Wow.
couldn't. Yeah, I was like, oh, freak. This is like something. And then that's what kind of took off my energy from my shoulders. But I'm enjoying the push-ups. So I'm enjoying the strength workouts that I'm doing because I certainly feel they're making me stronger. And I'm sure even if I am not as fast, but I'll be as strong or much more stronger once we are back to our normal routine.
Good, good, good. I think that's incredible because I think strength training is something which is not many people do and they're scared of. And I think you're really doing a good job of it. Really pushing yourself
Yeah.
hard.
Yes, I am. My core, I'm working on my core and I'm really working on my arms and legs. Actually, the entire body I'm working on. Really, strength is something that I've taken on very strongly and passionately. I mean, I have to achieve. You know what? What I hate is muscles don't show on me at all. I'm working out so much, but कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है, sir.
Yeah, Ajay, don't worry. You don't have to have proper biceps. Otherwise, people will say, "Arey, ye kaun hai?" They'll get scared. But it's good. I think it's nice speaking to you, Monica. And do you have any other thing to talk about?
I'm so glad I met you because I think I would have never been able to train under anybody else so well because you're so passionate about your everything you do, and I think I connect with you there, and I so understand when you go so deep there and just get it right till you get it right. And I I think you're the best thing that has happened to me in the entire Ironman bracket because uh, your passion drives my passion. Seriously. So thank you for everything. And I looking at your achievement, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कोई गोल होने चाहिए. So you're an
No,
inspiration.
I think I'm honored also to be coaching, you because it is just by chance. I think Nikhil just recommended your name and you called up. So I think it's just the universe setting it up. But I'm very glad that I'm coaching a person like you because one thing a coach needs is a very good athlete. Like I tell, I can give a fantastic training plan, but if it is not executed, it's of no use, right? Execution is
Yeah.
key.
Thank you,
So,
sir. Thank you so much.
and I think that's what defines success. How you execute the plan more than just giving a fantastic plan. So, hats off to you. Thank you so much for being really consistent. Even the virtual classes, you're consistent, and I think you're an inspiration for a lot of people. and not only women, I would say even men, because the amount of commitment that you require and the roles you play definitely are very challenging and commendable. The way you push yourself, the belief that you have, to do an Ironman, half Ironman in 6 months' time, where you didn't even know swimming, you didn't even know water cycling, there you get onto cleats, and you do there where 90% of the people, I would say 99% of the people, only 1%, your only coach was saying you completed. The rest of the world was saying, Monica won't be completing it. You proved them wrong. I think it's an incredible thing, right? So I think that's what we are all meant for, right? There's
Yeah.
something beyond physical, something beyond what we feel, beyond data. Many people are data driven. They say, no, seeing your data, I don't think she can do this. She can only walk this space. But I feel there's something called as mental power and universal energy. How that works, and miracles do happen. And you have proven that you know data is just another crunch number, right? And
Yeah.
there's something beyond that. So hats off to you, and I wish you all the very
बहुत
best.
बहुत तारीफ हो रही है बस.
It's not that if it's motivation, right? And it's an inspiration to other people also, right? To
Thank you, sir. Thank
give up.
you.
So God bless, and take good care of yourself, and hope to see you soon. Maybe
Yes,
after this lockdown, I might
yes.
drop by to Pune.
It'll be great.
Yes,
And I'll
yes.
have like Seema.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Chalo, bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you. Great. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much. It was fun. It was straight
Really,
fun
I
talking to
enjoyed
you.
talking to you. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye.